Hey everybody, we've been waiting a long time for the new 65th episode. It's 2 minutes long. Looks like it was the end of season 21. In this video we will talk to you about a few topics, especially including the theory of G-Man's death and whether he was real all along. We'll also talk about what happens to our Titans, especially the Titan cameraman who was seriously injured. After all, the army of agents has lost its strongest ally. But before we get started, give us a like and subscribe so we don't miss new theories and news about the Skibidi universe. The first thing I wanted to clarify is that I really don't think G-Man, who died in episode 65, wasn't real. I also think it may not be true, but the way the story is moving fast and the way events are unfolding, that's my speculation and thoughts. I'll talk about that in a second after I talk about the opposite theory that's going around in the community. Many in the community are now talking about the theory that G-Man wasn't real all along, he was a robot. Also, some say that G-Man's toilet died at some point and was replaced by a fake robot. From this point on, we can assume that both theories are true. I'm not saying that one of the theories may be impossible, but I also believe that Defuk has thought of everything in advance, and we will see everything very soon. Let's go back to previous episodes. In episode 52 part 2, we see G-Man with more good weapons. His reaction to what is happening there makes it clear that after being cured of the Speaker Man, Titana's parasite, he could not resist the two strong Titans and flew away. Every time G-Man came back, he got stronger and stronger, and that was his character trait. But in episode 60, we see some bug looking stronger than G-Man himself, and his lasers and other equipment looks weaker. Now, I think the G-Man toilet was already a fake, and the whole Astro toilet scene was staged to confuse the agents. The toilet army has become more cautious in their plans. This can be seen in episode 55 as Astro Toilet lures Titan to teleport a more dangerous opponent. I think the toilet army is planning their actions intelligently. In episode 57, Toilet G-Man lost to Titan Camera. I think after that, he went back to the lab to heal his wounds. Also, I think that at this time when G-Man was healing, he told about curing Titan's speaker, because as we know, Titan was infected by the toilet. That got the scientist thinking. The scientist is smart enough to realize that Titans are more powerful. And it may be that the toilets deliberately made the camera agents get to the destroyed base at the airport, and as I said before, it was all staged. The toilets put on a show to confuse the agents. It wasn't real, and maybe even the scientist wasn't real either. What do you think about that? It's also been a long time since we've seen a big Astro toilet attack. There's another theory. I think the scientist also knew about the Astro toilet's attack on G-Man, planned ahead and made not the real G-Man. There is another example in episode 60. G-Man didn't look like himself. He looked weaker. I do think that this airport was the place where the scientist decided to give the impression that it was their base. The scientist came up with an ingenious plan. G-Man himself is improving in the lab. There was no sign of the scientist in episode 64. He was probably improving G-Man at the time. In the new series, the scientist dropped the fake Jimana, leaving him to two Titans. If you look closely, he held on for quite a while, except his attacks didn't do any damage to the Titans. Maybe because of the new Titan enhancement, or maybe this fake toilet is level 0. After all, his attacks didn't do any damage to the Titans. The old G-Man could do some damage to the Titans, but this one just looked like a clown. We also know that G-Man's toilet is not soundproof, and he has to wear headphones. The fake one didn't have headphones. This suggests that the real G-Man is undergoing an upgrade, and we're about to see something big. If that's not the case, I think it would be a stupid decision, because it's been about 10 episodes, and during all that time, G-Man hasn't gotten any upgrades, but only got hit by Titans. Also funny is the fact that when attacking a bomber, the Titan defends himself with his shield and loses his arm every time. We also see that Speaker Man is hurt so badly that his weapon fell off his arm, but not as badly as Cameraman Titan was hurt. Now our agents are without their main defense, namely two Titans. Do you think TV Man Titan will return? And what about the two Titans? How long will they be in reserve before they are reinstated? I think we'll find out the answer to those questions sooner rather than later. In the same episode, we see Defuk's silhouette in the car. If you look at the last episode, he was telling the Titans that they were walking into a trap. There are 2 repetition marks on the container, which hints that this is not the first time this event has been repeated. Another question I know the answer to is, why didn't Skibidi Toilet kill the last cameraman at the beginning of the episode? I think the whole fight was broadcast over the TV man's agents. The scientist said to leave one agent alive, to show the army of agents that they were without Titan. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and put a like. It will give me motivation to keep making theories.